Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next session of National Education Cycle. Uh, I am Sarthak Arora. will be your host today, and I am the IR manager for ICX and ST ISEC in Austria, and my home entity is ISEC in India. A fun fact about me is that I am a travel junkie. I love to travel. I love to trek. I love to meet new people, socialize, uh, make new friends. So if you ever want to have a conversation about what mountains to climb or places to explore, you can always contact me on Instagram. That's my Instagram right over there. Also, if you have any questions or doubts regarding the session, you can always contact me. I'll be available. So let's start with the session. Today's session is about the IR education. IR education means the international relations education. I will be telling you about what IR educations are, why do we need IR education, and how to take up IR meetings and everything. So let's start. What is international relations? International relations typically refer to the way ISEC entities like the local committees, national committees, and the global organization interact and collaborate with the counterparts from different countries. For example, in ISEC in Austria, contacting ISEC in maybe India, maybe Portugal, maybe any other different countries, and getting to know about them, promoting the opportunities, and having IR meetings. All these is a part of international relations. So here are some points that will help you understand international relations a bit better. We'll start with the global network. ISEC is a global organization present in over 120 countries, as you might know by now. International relations within ISEC involves fostering connections and partnerships among these entities to achieve common goals. Second is the cross-cultural exchange. ISEC specializes in facilitating cross-cultural exchanges. This includes sending and hosting international interns, volunteers, and participants to promote cultural understanding and global collaboration. We have two products, right? GV and GT, where we receive applicants from all over the world, and maybe in OGX we send applicants outside as well. So all this will not be possible without international relations, right? Moving on, we have the global conferences. Like I mentioned in the previous session, I recently was a part of an international congress where I got a chance to meet people from all over the world, ISECers from all over the world, right? So these kind of conferences are being hosted by ISEC and other events like Youth Speak forums as well, which bring together members from all over the world to discuss global issues, share ideas, and strengthen connections and get to know each other, their cultures, how they, what are their perspectives, how they perceive to a particular situation, and everything, right? Moving on to the next point, we have the partnerships. ISEC forms partnerships with businesses, universities, NGOs. Partnerships are and government, like worldwide, to support its initiative and projects. These partnerships are a key aspect of international relations within the organization. I think it's self-explanatory. Moving on to the next point, we have diversity and inclusion. ISEC promotes diversity and inclusion within its global network. International relations involve ensuring that people from all backgrounds and culture feel welcome and valued in the organization. Like I mentioned before, getting to know about how people from different countries, their culture, and making them feel welcomed. All these things are a part of international relations and part of ISEC as well. Moving on to the next point, we have diplomacy and communication. One second. Yes. Effective communication and diplomacy skills are essential in ISEC international relations. This includes negotiation, conflict resolution, and the ability to work with diverse teams and stakeholders. So when you are attending an IR meeting, you will get to know about your negotiation skills, your communication skills, because there you have to manage the meeting in such a way that will benefit both you and your partner, or your IRs, right? So you have to negotiate some points that might be important for your entity. that are not negotiable as well. Or maybe you can use your communication skills to build better connections, build better bonds. So all this you will learn while in ISEC. And maybe if you have those skills inside of you, you will explore them, right? And also conflict resolution. For example, if an EP comes and there might be any issue with the EP or any visa processes, or here he's not getting proper food and everything, you get a chance to resolve all these conflicts, and to gain that skill, gain that ability to explore these kind of situations that might help you maybe in future if you face something like that in outside ISEC as well. And maybe you develop these skills which may help you when you go for higher roles in bigger companies or MNCs or in colleges, etc., right? Moving on to the next point, we have global goals. ISEC aligns its activities with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. International relations efforts aim to contribute to the achievement of these goals, global goals, through projects and initiatives. As you might know that ISEC is affiliated to United Nations, right? So we work, all our projects in GV are basically based on each sustainable development goals that we have. For example, for SDG 4, we have global classroom, right? So for particular SDGs, we have particular projects for GV that we send people out on exchange programs, or people come to an exchange program for those exchanges. The next one is the global impact. ISEC members are encouraged to think globally and act locally. International relations involve understanding global challenges and finding local situations that contribute to positive global change. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Moving on to the next point, we have the crisis management. Like I mentioned before, ISEC sometimes have related to international relations. So moving on to the next point, we have crisis management. So ISEC sometimes faces challenges related to international relations, like I mentioned before, such as visa issues or political instability in certain countries, or maybe housing situations, or maybe an EP is not feeling well, he wants to go home, or he's facing difficulties in work environment. All this crisis management and contingency planning are crucial aspects of the ISEC global operations. So moving on to the next point, we have the last point, leadership development. ISEC is about leadership. We build leaders over here in ISEC. So ISEC provides leadership development opportunities to its members through international experiences as well. These experiences help members develop cross-cultural leadership skills and a global mindset. In summary, international relations revolve around creating and nurturing connections among its global network, promoting cross-cultural exchange, and collaborating with various stakeholders to achieve the organization's mission and goals. I think I have given you a pretty good idea about what international relations are. So let's discuss now, why do we need international relations, or what is the importance of international relations? So why you should do IR? So here are some points that will tell you the importance of IRs, or why you should or we should do IR. The first point is supply and demand, right? So I will explain this to you by giving you an example. So say you are in contact with a particular entity, say ISEC in India, for say. So when the OGX of ISEC in India you is having a meeting with you, which is the ICX of ISEC in Austria, so they will ask you, right, like what kind of opportunities do you have, so that they can provide you with EPs who are related to those opportunities or those internships, who has the resume for which would be suitable for those internships, right? Similarly, in your questions, you will ask them what kind of EPs or what kind of applicants do they have, so that you can share uh, similar opportunities, similar internships, in the similar field to them, right? So that they can have a look and share it with the EPs, right? So this is a process of supply and demand. I hope I'm clear. Next, we have the quality experience. So we do IRs to make sure that an EP has a quality experience, right? Not just the EP, but we also have a quality experience while contacting the IR, while communicating with the IR, because an exchange program is a long process, right? We need that bond, we need that trust to build between the between the entities, to know that if something goes wrong, we will be there to handle it. And anything should not affect an experience of a exchange participant, right? They should provide quality experience. So for that matter, we need to build good IR connections, right? The next is faster process rate. So what process rate is, when an EP applies for an opportunity till he gets approved, the time in between is known as the process rate, right? So for better process rate or faster process rate, we need to have good connections, because as soon as they approve, then only we can approve as well. And the smaller the process rate is, it's better for the entity, for the performance, for the reputation of the entity as well, right? So for faster process rate, we need better or good bonds with the IS. Then we have the clear persona, quality applicants. We need our IR partners to provide us with the quality applicants which would not back out at the last moment, and which would behave uh, when they are here on an exchange program, because they know, right? Because they are the one who are pursuing them. They know that which one is a quality applicant, which one might give trouble as well. So if you have better connections, they will definitely make you on the priority list and provide you with better applicants as well. The next one is the opportunity promotion. So say, for example, you opened an opportunity in a particular company, or there's an opening in a particular a company, or you have opened a GV opportunity. It won't matter. They won't matter if you won't have IRs to promote your opportunity to, right? I mean, if you do not have IR partners, whom are you gonna tell about your opportunity? Whom are you gonna promote your opportunity to, right? Because those opportunities are for exchange participants, which people, ISECers, not ISECers, people from different entities from all over the world, right? So you need IR partners to promote your opportunities in their countries, their cities, so that people from from those cities and those countries can have a chance to experience those opportunities here in ISEC in Austria. I hope that makes sense. The next one is reliability. You should maintain good connections, good bonds with your IR in an extent where you can say that this IR is reliable, right? Because a lot can go wrong when during an exchange program. Uh, so you want them to trust you as well, and you want to trust them as well, that if anything goes wrong in either from either sides, uh, you have the trust that they will resolve it, right? That is very important. That uh, that trust will help you get out of a lot of situation as well. And that reliability is a must thing, right? I hope I'm clear. Moving on to the next point is the contact to other ISECers. So IR international relations are not just about having your opportunities promoted, or maybe getting quality applicants, but also about how you are making friends all over the world, right? I have been doing IR calls for around more than a year, and I can proudly say right now that I have built so many friends all over the world that uh, even if whenever when I just want to go there, if I ever visit their country, I just have to give them a call and they will arrange everything for me, right? So this is what ISEC IR relations do. You build such connections on such deep levels, such personal connections as well, where it's not just about the work, it's not just about operations, but also you have a bonding on a personal level. And that is something I find very beautiful in an organization. And I think you should try that as well. Everyone should try that as well. Okay. So moving on to the next point, we have the IR meetings. So I'm pretty sure that your team leaders or your LCVPs would explain it to you in deep, but I will give you an overview about how to take up IR meetings, right? So first of all, prepare for the meetings, information about you. Uh, you should do a good research on the entity, and you should plan what you need to present in your IR calls, and what are your opportunities, how many applicants you want, and everything. You should know that, right? And you should prepare information about yourself. You have to describe yourself. Who are you? How many years have you been in ISAC? Maybe, and something about you, and then you have to ask them as well. Get to know them and start, right? Again, next point is get to know each other personally and professionally. Understand the reality of the other entity and present yours, right? Ask questions. And how do you prepare for this? You go on Expa, right? Expa is basically a tool which has a lot of usage. And one of them is you get to know about the performance of the other entity, the numbers, how many applicants have they sent previous year, previous month, all these numbers, and if their projects, if the applicants are suitable for you. So you get all the analysis over there, right? If you want to learn how to do that analysis from me, you can always contact me. I'll be happy to help. But I'm pretty sure that your team leaders and your SVPs will be teaching you the same as well. So yeah. Moving on, we have check if your product focus aligns. You should see if the entity that you are having an IR call with is suitable for what the projects that you have, like I mentioned before, and what kind of applicants do they have, what kind of applicants can they provide, what they have provided in the past as well, and if you want those kind of applicants, all this you need to check, and you need to focus on. The next is present parts of your planning and get to know theirs, which basically means you should know about what are your peaks and what are their peaks and what are your plans for the next 6 months or your term. And you should tell them as well and get to know their plans as well, so that you can plan accordingly how many approvals that you might do with each other. And these kind of things you need to plan beforehand as well, before the meeting, and present them in the meeting as well. So after that, we have to set up our routines, text them after the call, make our WhatsApp groups, uh, have bi-weekly checkups or monthly meetings. Um, just have a touch point with them, right? So that's that. And basically the duration should be ideal duration of IR meeting is 30 to 45 minutes, but it can extend up to 1 and 1.5 hours, because my meetings are like that. I just do not talk about operations and work. I get to know them on a personal level, and I sometimes play games with them as well, ask them about their cultures, countries, because I am that kind of enthusiast, right? So that's me. You can do that as well if you want, but the standard meeting should be at least 30 to 45 minutes. So yes, if you have any questions, you have my Instagram. You can get my number from the WhatsApp group as well. You can always contact me. I'll be happy to help. And any questions, any doubts, there are no wrong questions. You can always ask me. With that, we come to the end of the session. And thank you so much. I hope it was meaningful and you got a chance to learn something from the session. And with that, thank you so much once again. And we'll be ending the session.